Wednesday, we will be addressing the press. We let the Ghanaian people know really what is happening. There's a lot of things going on. Our opponents are coming out with a lot of conjectured claims in the system. This afternoon, we are going to interact with you. I'll take this opportunity to introduce the party officials who will be interacting with you this afternoon. We have in our midst the National Communication Director, Mr. Richard Anyaba, is here. Then our national organizer, lawyer Henry Nanabuache, who will be the main speaker this afternoon, who will also be speaking with you. I'll take this opportunity to invite to the podium the National Communication Director to give some preamble prior to the main guest delivery. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and thank you for answering our call again to be here. Wednesday, as we have done in the past 3 weeks, we are grateful again for you being here today. Incidentally, yesterday the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, gave a press conference, and it coincided with our press conference today. So I want to issue the disclaimer. This press conference was scheduled to come on. It's not a reaction necessarily to what they have said yesterday, though we'll respond to those in our statement today. But the point we want to make is that this election is in the balance, and the country must come to the processes leading to December 7th with very profound and deep thinking about the choice that faces us. It is on one hand a choice that is looking into the future with solutions to get our country on path to accelerated development. On the other is a choice that has been tried, tested, and failed. It's a choice that is offering nothing new except to rely on the hope that somehow we have operated a system of 8 years in, 8 years out, and so therefore maybe it is their turn. But we're saying that, as we saw in 2008, Ghanaians know better, and that the idea that Ghana our democracy is 8 years in, 8 years out is not settled. That Ghanaians are looking for solutions, Ghanaians are looking for ideas, and this election is one that is very critical, one that we as a people must look at with very deep appreciation of what we want to become as a country and where we end up from 2025 onward. Who leads this country? It's not just a matter of NDC and NPP, but it's about choice. It's about ideas. It's about vision. It's about how we dig our country up, how we continue to grow this country. And as young people, most of you here in the room, and most of the people who are listening to us this afternoon, we are entreating you, as we have seen up and down the country, there is this groundswell support for the ideas that a new patriotic party is putting forward. Captured in our manifesto, both solutions for jobs and for business. That is what we are offering this afternoon, and our national organizer will be shedding some thoughts on our preparations and some of the findings that we are making in relation to our opponents who know that they don't have any vision, who offers no ideas except the usual politics of lies, politics of threat and violence that they are offering. Some findings that we have made, which in actual fact they have preempted yesterday to create the impression as though that something untoward is happening from our side. They are actually seeking to cover up the violence that they are purporting. And in the statement, as you will see, and most of you have already seen, what has happened with the NDC youth from Obuasi, their threats. Now they are being searched for by the police. I think that all of us must add our voice and ensure that the police act in that matter spiritedly and get them to answer for the very unpalatable and the very scary threats that they were issuing before the elections. The truth of the matter is that the New Patriotic Party, through hard work, through our canvassing across the length and breadth of this country, to ensure that we engage Ghanaians with our vision, our bold solutions for tomorrow, for our future. It seems that the Ghanaians are buying into that idea, and we are very sure that on December 7th, the New Patriotic Party will win this election. Last week I told you, and I'm not sure if you guys have gotten the solution or any response from the NDC, what their big idea is for this election. They have none. They have done. This scam of a 24-hour economy is one of the biggest scams perpetrated by the political party. They did that in 2008 when they said they were going to introduce one-time premium. It didn't materialize. They have come up with this idea again to trick Ghanaians. But I know you know better. The youth of this country know better, that we cannot rely on vain promises. We cannot make it politics as usual, because our lives are in the balance. The future of our country is in the balance, and we believe that if you stand with the New Patriotic Party, if you stand with the New Patriotic Party, the future of our country will be better. So I would like at this point to introduce the national organizer of the party to read our statements today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Richard. Our friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let me start with the good news. I bring you good news. We have 18 more days to December 7th, if I'm right. Yes, 18 more days. And I can tell you that the New Patriotic Party is happy to announce that our flag bearer, our presidential candidate, His Excellency Al-Hajj Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia, would be the next president of the Republic. From all indications, up, down the country, we are winning the presidential elections, and then we're also going to have a clear majority. The chaotic scenes perpetrated by the NDC in Parliament will be the thing of the past. The New Patriotic Party will have a clear majority in Parliament, and we urge all Ghanaians to vote massively for the New Patriotic Party. The reason is simple. The people have compared the NPP track record, and I keep saying this. When I hear the NDC saying that the NPP, we are going to rig the elections, it's quite funny. We will win these elections with our superior track record, nothing more, nothing less. We are going to have a transparent elections, clean elections, fair elections. There will be no intimidation, and the New Patriotic Party will win these elections with His Excellency Al-Hajj Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the next president. The people of Ghana have looked at Dr. Bawumia, and they have also looked at the former president. You compare the two, these are two gentlemen, one championed 35 policies as we speak, 35, because both of them have been vice presidents before. Now you go to the arena of former President Mahama. He told Ghanaians that he's been confined to social activities. He's been going for funerals, naming ceremonies, and that is it. So as a vice president, he could not champion a single policy, not even a single policy. The next president, His Excellency Al-Hajj Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, as a vice president, has championed 35 major policies. Parents, especially the 5.7 million young persons from 2017, since we implemented free SHS. We are grateful to His Excellency the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, His Excellency Al-Hajj Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and his running mate, Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh. 5.7 million young Ghanaians have so far benefited from the free SHS. and free TVET. And these people are genuinely worried about the fate of this destiny-changing policy. In an unlikely event, very, very, very far off, in an unlikely event, that the NDC wins. It's not going to happen, inshallah. The people know that the hands of Dr. Bawumia and the NPP, free SHS, is safe. Families, farmers, traders, professional workers, like teachers, in the 110 district, and this has never happened before, unprecedented. One of the lessons we learned from COVID-19, or something positive that came out of COVID-19, will be the massive construction of 114 hospitals. Unprecedented. And I have traveled nationwide in all the 16 regions. And you see all of these hospitals at different stages of completion. I mean, we are talking about 80% different stages of completion. And it's massive. And these hospitals, after its completion, will provide 150,000 jobs. Nurses will be grateful, doctors will be grateful, physicians will be grateful, health workers, all of them will be grateful. 150,000 both direct and indirect jobs. This is unprecedented. So when you take the area of education, our achievements there, our records there, unprecedented. Health, unprecedented. You recall that the NDC almost collapsed NHIS. They even promised 110 premium. They came in and put together a certain policy called capitation. This capitation almost collapsed our health sector regarding NHIA. In fact, by the time they were leaving office, we had 900 million in debt to pay to health providers. I'm not sure we want to go back to this government. This is that government that said that they are not magicians to provide jobs. If you're a young person, you want jobs, go into the forest, cut some grass, come and put it on the wayside, and then you sell to people. This is a government that said that if you want to enjoy stable electricity, be prepared to pay more. At the time, we were in doom so for almost 5 years. Almost 5 years. And do not forget, we were not in COVID era. We didn't have COVID. We didn't have Russia-Ukraine war. We didn't have any global economic crisis worrying us. Yet we were told by the former president that our resources have been stripped to the bone. This is the same president or former president that wants to come back? Absolutely no. Again, everywhere you go, the issue of road is prominent, and the people asking for road know too well that in these 8 years of the NPP, we have built 4 times more roads than any other government. In fact, we have added close to about 13,000 kilometers of road. And recently you saw the Flower Pot flyover. And we have almost about 10 interchanges now. And again, I've traveled. And every proper road network in all the regions is being done by the NPP. And I can tell you that in all the 16 regions, you will see massive footprints of road construction under the NPP government. Also, Ghanaians are looking for a leader who will be accountable to them in the year 2028 or 2028. Look, former President Mahama, if you give your vote to him, he's never going to account to you again. Why? Because he's exiting after 4 years. Already, he has asked for a honeymoon. A former president who is coming back and saying that, look, when you come, please take your time for me. When I come, take your time for me. And that I need to go on a honeymoon. Give me some break. I'm not sure that he's a serious person coming to sell us. Somebody who says in Kukobo Nkete. That is the policy. In fact, you've been president before and vice president before. You need to propose some major policy, groundbreaking policy, something that is explosive, something that is mind-boggling. And then you are proposing what? And what do we hear again? Nightclubs will be open 24 hours so that young persons will go and waste their lives there. In this era, you are proposing 24-hour running of nightclubs. This man is a danger. And I don't think that will allow him to come back. They know what means for business and good job. Ghanaians want certainty. They know the economy is fast recovering, and all indicators show. And they want a safe pair of hands that can steer for the good and prosperity of all. They know our history, that when it comes to policies that benefit the masses, the poor and the needy, it is the NPP and not the NDC. It is this reality of John Mahama facing his third successive defeat. And he is going to be defeated again. He was defeated in the year 2016. Massive defeat, unprecedented defeat. It's never happened. And it was because of his poor performance. He was again defeated in the year 2020. And he is going to suffer another defeat in 2024. Ghanaian people are not ready for any violence. We shall not sacrifice our peace and stability to satisfy the wishes of a leader who had his chance and failed miserably with it. History does not favor John Mahama, and the future will not favor Ghanaians under John Mahama. Ghana's democratic journey has been a shining light on the African continent. As a beacon of democracy, our nation's elections have consistently reflected the will of the people, ensuring peace, stability, and progress. However, as we approach the December 7th general election, the New Patriotic Party is uncovering disturbing plans by the National Democratic Congress to adopt violent tactics in a desperate bid to intimidate voters and to disrupt the electoral process. This will never happen. This press conference seeks to expose those dangerous schemes and then also to emphasize our commitment to a peaceful electoral process and rally all well-meaning Ghanaians to stand firm against any attempt by the NDC to mar the beauty of the upcoming December 7th election, which they see as slipping away from them. Indeed, it's gone from them. Now, information available to the NPP reveals that several months ago, the NDC has been training thugs in pockets of communities, including Obuasi East constituency, under the guise of private security training. These individuals are being prepared to disrupt electoral process, particularly in Ashanti region, which is the NPP stronghold. We are aware that recently, November 11th, 2024, the NDC Committee on Mining, led by one Tony Obin, former Chief Executive Officer, Minerals Commission, held a secret meeting with some NDC small-scale miners at the conference hall of Mauli Hotel in Bidiem in the Obuasi West municipality. One of the aims of the meeting was to recruit some members of the pro-NDC small-scale miners to form part of the NDC's Eagle Force Vigilante Group, which will be deployed to some NPP polling stations with the aim of causing mayhem on Elections Day. The NPP is also aware of mobile money transactions directly linking leading NDC members to payments made to these train tags. These individuals are being deployed to strategic locations in the Upper East and Upper West regions to foment trouble as well. We have also discovered plans by the NDC to use ambulances to transport weapons to these tags on Elections Day. This deceitful strategy will also not work under our watch. Additionally, on Elections Day, the NDC plan to deploy thugs on motorbikes to shoot indiscriminately in NPP stronghold, with the aim of creating fear and panic to suppress voter turnout and to disrupt the counting process. We are also well informed that some NDC members, led by a retired commissioner of police, Nathan Kofi Boakye, are coordinating efforts to escalate insecurity in Ashanti region and other NPP strongholds. This plan includes engaging armed robbers and other criminal elements to increase cases of robbery and kidnapping in the days leading up to the elections. We are assured that the security forces are on top of this, and Ghanaians have very little to worry about. But we need to make Ghanaians aware of the evil intentions of the opposition party, an opposition that has used the last 4 years to frustrate government business and want to use the defeat that awaits them on December 7th to disturb our democracy. Ladies and gentlemen, despite the enactment of the Anti-Vigilantism Act, the NDC on November 4th tried to launch a certain vigilante group called Azoka Boys. The police disrupted this move, and it was in the Aswansi constituency in Ashanti region. These individuals, known for their violent activities in previous elections, have been tasked with intimidating voters in Ashanti region to undermine voter confidence and to disrupt electoral violence. It is disheartening that the said launch of this supposed Azoka Boys was in the full glare of the public, and it was happening the same day the Peace Council and the Christian Council were launching the peace campaign. We want to assure Ghanaians that the NPP has seen through the NDC's plans and will use all lawful means to safeguard the sanctity of December 7th election and defend Ghana's democracy. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, November 19th, 2024, the National Communications Officer of the NDC convened a press conference where he made baseless, frivolous allegations that the NPP is planning to rig the December 7th elections. Among his outlandish claims, he alleged that Brigadier General Opoku, the General Officer Commanding of the Central Command of Ghana Armed Forces, as part of a supposed scheme involving ballot stuffing, swapping of ballot boxes and pig sheet, and other clandestine activities to tilt the balance of victory in favor of the NPP ahead of December 7th elections. These allegations, he claimed, are targeted at the Ashanti region, beginning from the special voting exercise scheduled for December 2nd. Permit me to say this, that the statement is the allegations made by the National Communication Officer and the NDC are entirely baseless, devoid of any iota of credible evidence, and represent yet another desperate attempt by the NDC to raise tension and distract the people of Ghana from their own misdeeds. You level against a reputable army officer baseless allegations. You do not provide any, not even a single evidence, and yet you want us to take you serious. I have said that nobody can rig these elections. Look, we will vote at the polling station. We will count at the polling station. Collation will be done. The new patriotic party shall emerge victorious. His Excellency the Vice President will be the next president. Nobody can foment any sort of trouble, whatever form, whatever shape. I dare, if you want, try. Nobody. We will vote in peace. We will cast our ballot in peace. Ghana will be united. Ghana will not fall. And I'm telling you, the new patriotic party shall emerge victorious. Indeed, the NDC's communications officer and the NDC failed to substantiate their claim with facts or evidence, demonstrating that this is nothing more than a fabrication designed to divert attention from NDC's own wicked machinations to destabilize the Ashanti region, all because it is a stronghold of the NPP. Ladies and gentlemen, the NDC's desperation is palpable. Their press conference is part of a broader strategy to create unnecessary tension, fear, and panic in the Ashanti region by manufacturing an atmosphere of insecurity. Unfortunately, in doing so, the NDC has stopped to tarnishing the hard-earned reputation of Brigadier General Opoku and the Central Command of the Ghana Armed Forces. Such baseless attacks on the integrity of the armed forces are reckless and dangerous. And you recall, it's this same National Communications Officer who, before the 2020 election, said that all security personnel recruited during the regime of the new patriotic party, they should know that their tenure is coterminous with that of the new patriotic party. And so, if you were recruited, so we are talking about the over 100,000 security personnel recruited under the new patriotic party. This reckless statement from the NDC's National Communication Officer suggested that in an unlikely event that the NDC is back, they are going to terminate the appointment of every immigration officer, every police officer, every military officer, every prison officer, all security officers who were recruited from 2017 to 2024. Such reckless statement. That is the same person saying, throwing all of these baseless allegations around. Let it be known that the NPP will not tolerate any such devilish plans by the NDC. We call on the Inspector General of Police, IGP, and all security and intelligence agencies to closely monitor individuals like COP Kofi Boakye who have been identified as a central figure in these destabilizing schemes, the NPP is also serving notice that any individual who attempts to foment chaos during the December 7th election, especially in the Ashanti region, should think twice, as such actions will be met not equal force, but with much bigger force to protect the peace, stability, and democratic process of our nation. Let history serve as a warning to the NDC that no party since the year 2000, at least, has ever succeeded in using violence to win an election. No party. On the contrary, violence undermines the effort of those who plan it and strengthens the resolve of the party it targets. The NDC would do well to abandon their destructive plans and focus on competing peacefully and fairly. The NPP remains a party of peace, committed to free, fair, and transparent elections. We will, however, not countenance any attempt to subvert the will of the people through intimidation or violence. We call on all well-meaning Ghanaians to reject the NDC's tactics and stand firm in defending our democracy. Let us show the world once again that Ghana is a shining example of peaceful and credible elections. And again, it is important that His Excellency Alhaj Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is number 1 on the ballot. Is number 1 on the ballot. The elephant is our symbol. The elephant is our winning symbol. And all our parliamentary candidates are also number 1 on the ballot. Thank you very much. And before Yadamasi say your friend more Motimi Abba. And now Enshemudi Ayasemba, Kunedi Kain, Media Sempabi Pa Nedi Cabrem. Mamenka Enje Obibia said Yamia Daroma. Your campaigner, your chassier, Metimia can ever has said Yametiasi. Nyame ya adoma December 7th ye beto aba ye bekin kan na December 8th ekwa awiye no me ka hye nyame ani monyam se na His Excellency the Vice President Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Bawumia a president elect of the Republic na me ka hye nyame ani monyam biem so se eye imrahye bedwam nso ye benya clear majority ye benya a manaka capacity ye benya no ebeburu mo adwene mo ntiase so na medical ka say abawe obi enu obetimi awiem NPP party yenya ya adwen da yenya ya adwen so da ti e bewia babim san say ye gi ye hudi say ya ye adwuma ye gi ye hudi say wo ba school semu a enne ye mofra 5.7 million enne omuntu admission fee omuntu feeding fee enne omuntu nyinam kanea omuntu nsuo textbooks free exercise books free MPP aban ena abadi sika hye obi bia abotom enne ka admission abaya yankora yi go school ya na say your offers no ye ma no ka wantu akran ka betua 15,000 to 18,000 Ghana cedis say sika we sika aban e dia hye obi bia abotom enne oba mpomudin a ebi nsi da sa ban bi beba na wabo na adwe mu pom se osi hospital mako oha ni akire edunan 114 hospitals ni nyina so ohwe ba bia yesi aduru na oha mu chichemu adioson eko aduwotwe 70 to 80% ebi nsi da when you know, yes, our 40. Yes, yeah. And no dear, ya pound to macra. Oko drobonso, ebu, a contomra, bogoso, ebu, a lubu, Nansiana, president, say we are sarren so dear, Okobiano, a contomra, ebisio. Into Oba and Pomudenswa, ebinsida. Oba ya pine year, ebinsida, Ghana have fun, ye year pine chain, and this ya buying, and more in prebe and 9. Enti ye ji ehudi se ye nyuma pa ya na ena ne ye bo ho dawuru e dia chen Ghana for na ye pese ye ma obibia ate ase se adwenpo bone ekura NDC for ebi ni se nanu ye omukoye meeting awo Mauli Hotel Obuasi West municipality na peni a omasoma no eye Tony Oben se omo penipa tutrasem nti yebetu omo ka na eda yebetu aba no duru ho a omakoye anyamransem atutrasem we ade yehu na emma so ne emma so ochina na ye pa ho ntoma amagana fo ehu ebiem sa wo sa hwa omaye omadin se yebepe omo atutrasem ye de atwa mafunuma na nkada ye beto aba no omo titi motorbike so na omo kuta atuo ni asekan na omo di nhunahuna omo kwakoto aba na saa nema wo ya titiriu no ba bia NPP ahoden gina pa eye polling stations a NPP ahoden gina e no mpeso omo di sa adwuma ebiem ye sa ka kire omo se obi bia ya be han wo sa wo famra ne hye wo nsem na wo de wa krafio ni ama wutuo ya ma wo sekan se fa ko hunuhunu bi se na utie mi asesa wadwene san se ni eba wo so no eso chen ni aba wo so pen enti membo wo hu musuo se obi di seka afia bi e de afomo so de ama enti o ba be sei odachi membo wo hu musuo kra se ye de wa fantitie bim se ye be ma wutuo ana adwempo a eyo mo se ye di tuo no egu ambulance mu na ambulance no bi ehun ne de akono ye hu ni nyina ye ni esan mo abawe ye beto ne fan ntokwa bi ansi asumdwe kwan so Yewura Muhammadu Bawumia ebe ye president ebiem ya se hu se opani ba ko a enche na o police mu ene wafiri mu ono ne ka NDC fo ho a ye fa mrantie ye opani ba ko a ye fe no Nathan Kofi Boache se ye ma mrantie ye dwuma no munye sa tutrasemi ene nyamransemi yesre opani no se adwempo bia sa ho no ma on chinsensen na yesre se police for ene ye bambo fo nyina so e ma ye ni nko ho another ya you will say NDC for your press conference a omo ye no say yamfa dance bi ama yamfa nyina so bi ama na opani a ono eye srani oye general officer commanding opani a efe no opoku say ono any NPP aye kanana say ye the papers be ba be she ballot box bim asre sem kra keke na pink sheet no so no bi wo hono ma ye ne ye begege afri baabi abusuo bi obeka sa asem ni bia na sa abato ye ba beto na ho bobo na e wo form the person is not prepared for the elections aba ye ba beto no ye beto no polling station obi a agent gina ho ye wi a ye bekan wo hono mo a ye kan so obi agina ho bi central for mu ho bi and minimum central for be every police station mu ho bi ye bekan kan ye wi kra na emra mu no I was say electoral commission edit a copy of the results no ya abaso no abato no hunsunso no or different form down police station ne ye wi a kekansi ani obi a agent gina ho bi enti hwan and na ekwa ballot stuffing or de ballot bi kwa ko rebi bi I just say wa on bo ebi asipen ye beka ya NDC for year 2020 abawie ya omo so no medi nkoni no bi achinchi mo nsa na omo de court omo court enyina so ba akokora no mo ni bi a judges one penny for ebu so omo say nyina so be na omo wa omo say my lord we have not brought any figures to court ya father and say bia amma court dem some penny for ye na no be gina ho no na say omo say enei yen pese wi abam ye nia daje edi wi abam. We have waged an effective campaign. Campaign aya no. Obie no one ma waye campaign wa ha Ghana ha. Eche Yewura Muhammadu Bawumia na be de eche Yewura napo. We have been to all constituencies. Ya ye adwuma, ya ton yensem. Obie di adanse se ya ye campaign pa and sa campaign ya ma Ghana fo nyina hu se yen na ye de Ghana hye yensa. Ghana dache e wo sibre pa. Nti ni adaje a yedi edwi hu kra se ye ba be wi abato bi na busuafo wa mamonya asonte se omunim so omadi nkuguo omunim se aba ye ba betu yi the fortunes have tilted in favor of the NPP just say abato no mani monyam pa no akwakọ di NPP for enu nti ayam hihye aba enti yem fa kwan bia so na nka abato no yense no emma so da emma so ne emma so kire na ansa na mewie no mesra se obiantie ni pa obia ni ha Ghana ha obetimi abọ no ho safo hene se ono de obesai abato e babeto nobody obia ni hono Ghana ha ya omra wa ha wa wo be ye no mra no bedi na wo si atutrasem bia obeye no wan hwe atutrasem e beba wa wo so no ebeye hu mesre wo yire wo ma obi a wafaw se mema wo sika kuma bi kona koye atutrasem kona koye patapasem mesre tu hufo mesre pa tu hufo abato yi ye beto ne fine Yewura Alhaj Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia oye number 1 on the ballot. Ofa abato krata na on edi kan. Osono na hyenso de. Nanim da ho kama. Oye bema ni monyamfo. Ne ho ofeye nanim da ho pa. Ogira ho mahan. Ni aka nyina yesum. To wokọ na ohwe han na. Eno ano no. Nyaka nyina yesuma hwe bia se wo sa kofa emrahye bedwam krata na ede to aba no so a ye mrahye bedwafo nyina wo constituency bia obia da number 1 all the 275 constituencies nyina no NPP mrahye bedwafo nyina ede number 1 osono no ayo machine so de mesre okwa no wato aba no ama number 1 abusuafo medasi na me hia
Questions? Any questions? Okay, so, you want to take the question? Yeah. Please go ahead.
My name is James. I work with Joy. I'm happy you mentioned the fact that the NDC was unable to provide evidence to back the claims they raised yesterday. So was I looking forward to some evidence from you to back the claims of training and the names you mentioned?
I've told you about a hotel in Obuasi, Mauni Hotel. I've told you about the date they had this meeting. That was November 11th. I've told you about the municipality, Obuasi West Municipality, and this meeting happened, and they were training people.
I was finishing that. With all of these details, should we look at a timeline that you'll be presenting it to? I know you made a call on the IGP to monitor such any person who poses threats to the elections, but with the information you have, you'll be presenting it to the IGP or the state security authorities to take some action. And just finally, I had the indication that you're addressing other issues as well. So I want to ask, there was an issue that came up earlier in the week, some allegations raised by Honorable Deputy Ablakwa about feeding students with unwholesome rice and all of that linked to the Papa stock. I'm happy you are the chairman of the board of Papa stock. Are you worried about this? What's the real issue?
I think that the Ministry of Education has just rubbished this. I mean, just yesterday we saw it on the front page. They've rubbished it. I mean, this is mere baseless, frivolous allegations. It is not true. We have never fed any single student with any unwholesome meal. So I think that the story is even dead on arrival. I mean, we know Kujetu Ablakwa with his negatively sensational, publications all the time. So I mean, I think that one is already gone. Yes, tomorrow, for instance, I know that we have a meeting with the IGP. Myself, I'll be present. We'll be about 3 eminent persons from the party representing, and then we'll be putting this before the IGP. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Please wait for Mr. Asari. So you wait for Mr. Asari, he will attend to you. So don't go to George. Mr. Asari will see you. So wait for Mr. Asari. He will come and see you. Thank you.
So very soon we'll be uploading the main video. Don't forget to share and like and subscribe to the platform as well. See you guys in the next video. Peace out. Thank you very much.
Hello, dear friends. Please give us 10 minutes. We'll be back. Okay, 10 minutes.
What's the question?